Cool, we'll start with questions in the room.
Sweet. Scott, commiserations on the defeat. What did you make of that game from your perspective, I suppose?
I mean, the obvious one was we started really poorly, and when you're down that many, the grind's real, and I think it was, I'm not quite sure, but I think it was 15 at halftime. So we were already behind the 8 ball and just not quite doing what we needed to get done. But super proud of our guys. They had a 30-point second half. And really fought extremely hard to get the ball back in our court a little bit. And it was a tough battle and a really good game if you're a player to want to be playing in.
Sure. And I suppose obviously that OT period got off to a rough start. You guys obviously lost Tiger, and then DJ went down, fouled out inside the opening 30 seconds. It was kind of a tough one for you guys to get back into, I suppose, after that kind of transpired.
Well, I mean, we were going back and forth without those two guys, and we don't make any excuses. And they made a few more plays down the stretch there, and the others for them were really, really good. Jack, we knew he was going to shoot 25 or 30 times, regardless of what was going to transpire. We just walked him to the foul line far too many times. But obviously Mojave King got off to a great start for them, and it was the other guys that actually ended up getting the game over the line for them.
Yeah, it was obviously Mojave and Rajok who were kind of trading blows in that first quarter. Were you pleased with how Rajok got off to the start and then obviously contributed down the stretch as well? Yeah,
I mean, he's a competitor, and we got off to a really poor start just in general, but Juk was really good. I mean, this is just looking right now, 42 minutes. I mean, that's got to be almost a career high for him. So the battle through was really good.
Any other questions? And we'll go to Chris on Zoom.
Yeah, Scott, I'll just follow up about Juk. I mean, I think everyone that knows him was really shook by what happened to him, what was it, 8 days ago. But for him to make it back so quickly and to put the team on his back tonight like he did, I mean, that shows a lot of character.
Yeah, without practice either, except a mini one-on-one session before we left. So for him to be down for the 7 or 8 days and going through the protocol and doing the conditioning stuff, but not really having any contact until the day we left, or the day before we left. So really good on him, and we're going to need more of that.
Recovery is key now, obviously. I mean, it's a long way from Cairns to Hobart. You've got to play an early game on Sunday after just playing overtime. What can you do to try to be as fresh as possible once you get to Sunday?
I mean, there's not too much we can do. I mean, the schedule is a schedule, and I don't understand it, but it is what it is at this point. And we'll just have to recover. And as I told these guys down there, nothing's been ever given to us in our 5 years of existence, and we have to go earn it and take it if we can, and that's what we'll try to do again on Sunday.
The last thing you need is another injury, but it didn't look great for Ben, and he looked pretty emotional when he was coming back to the bench after halftime. Do you know what he's done, or if it's something that doesn't look great at this point?
Well, we have 3 guys that are hurt. 2 of them also played hurt. He was one of the 3. I can't pronounce what he has, but he's had it for a month, and actually he will not get better until he has 2 or 3 months off of rest. And it's just been exasperated as we've had these games in a short amount of time. And the other 2 guys, I don't want to mention who they are, but they're also quite hurt. And the fact that they showed up today and played was a credit to them.
And just on Ben, is that something that he'll just keep trying to play through now for the rest of the season?
Well, I don't know. There's obviously no time for what he's going through to actually settle. And, we've tried to manage him. He hasn't practiced in a month. Basically, he's just shot and done our vitamin work and had very little 5-on-5 contact. And so it's something that just is going to have to take a good 2 or 3 months completely off for it to go away.
And just on Tiger, was that just cramp for him in overtime?
Yep.
You talked about wanting to get Nick Stoddart some extra time as well, and he got that tonight, and you made some good plays, and maybe you made some plays that weren't as good. But being put in that pressure situation, playing at that clutch moment, how good can that be for his development? Because there's nothing quite like doing it in an actual game situation.
Yeah, just like them, we got players dropping like flies here, and so. Himself and Brody Nunn are going to have to get obviously some minutes spread out throughout there. So again, it's also a really good, I guess, period to evaluate them and see where they sit and what that looks like for us down the road with them. But they're going to have some opportunities over the next, whatever we have left, 2 weeks.
Just lastly, what's it like for you sitting there watching Jack go about his business in a different scene? I know you've played against him a few times now, but when he plays like that tonight and you know what sort of a history he's got with you, what goes through your mind?
You know, I don't want to be immune to it, but I've just been doing this for so long with so many NBA teams and so many players transferring around and moving around, and I'm just kind of immune to anything other than I'm proud of the fact of we were able to catapult his career to where it is and what he's done, and the great credit goes to our coaching staff who've moved him along. You know, Marcus Lee's over there, Lockie Barker's over there, and so we have a lot of connections with those guys. And when they're getting roster spots and playing in Jack's career where it's gone, those are all really positive signs for the JackJumpers and the future of other players that we've had grow and play. And so when I see them, you know, I'm happy for them. I don't have any animosity or anything other than respect for what they're doing. But I've just been doing this too long, and players are moving and going, and coaches, and it's just the nature of the beast at the end of the day.
You mentioned Lockie Barker. He's now a married man, which he wasn't when he was with you.
Yeah, he got engaged though when he was with us. He stuck his toe in the water, and now he's all in. So, and Jack obviously just had his baby a few weeks ago. So, obviously those guys are maturing into good young men and families ahead of them, and always good to see those guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, Scott.